Good morning, guys. We'll be beginning in around 5 minutes. Not gonna wait too long today. We will wait for people to show up though. In the meantime, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. The music is a tad bit loud for now. I will reduce it. Give me an A-OK on the rest though. How about now? Awesome.
Dying, shouldn't hurt you hear I'm crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above. 'Cause right now people have me questioning, where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love, the love, the love?
Maybe I can turn down the music and turn up my audio a tad bit for you guys. Let me know. How's it going, Julian? How's it going, Shervin? Good to see you guys in here. Robert won't be able to join us today, unfortunately. But hey, have a good meeting, man. Have a good meeting. And Ananda is in here too. And IJ is in here. How's it going, IJ? Hey, Alexander. How are you, bud? We're gonna do a casual stream today. I'm a bit tired. So. We have a lot to talk about. But at the same time, not much to talk about either. Nothing new, eh? There's nothing new really happening. Is there anything new happening, guys? Anything I missed? Anything exciting? My man IJ, it's been a while, buddy. I think you showed up at the right time, right phase of the market, man. We're gonna be having a climactic moment soon. Now, soon is relative, of course. We've been going sideways for a few months. Hey Scott, good morning to you. Stan, my man, how are you, buddy? Good to see you guys in here, man. I'm hoping we have a casual conversation today. I want to talk about a few things. I want to be asking you guys a few questions for my own education as well. So if you guys can help me out, it would be awesome. I've been looking into various shitcoin opportunities. Shitcoins for bitcoins. Hey, Elena. Bitcoin pricing in tomorrow's bad CPI data. Yeah, maybe. Again, like I said, Bitcoin is a tug and pull kind of thing. Sorry, tug and pull is the same thing. Tug of war sort of situation. Pull and push between traders who are buying Bitcoin to protect against inflation and traders who are selling Bitcoin because of rising yields. So risk on versus risk off. Long term, the thesis over here at Mango is that Bitcoin is emerging into a risk off asset. Silver on the move today, says Stan. Oh, that's something we should check out. I think Dixie is almost done, quite honestly. I think Dixie is almost done. We look at, oh man, we look at so much today. I want us to get back to looking at this chart as well. By the way, that's support right there, guys. So remember, I think Mango is no. I'm pretty certain we are the only community looking at this chart over here. Pretty certain, because I mean I came up with this. There's probably other people looking at it too, but. Yeah, I found it really interesting how Bitcoin respected the highs. I mean, what am I doing here? Should we just start the stream? We haven't started the stream officially and we're already discussing. So like an organic stream, eh? Organic stream. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe. But most of you are probably already subscribed, but make sure you double hit that like. If you haven't double hit the like yet, make sure to create a new YouTube account and hit the like again. Chauvin, how's it going? You grab your tea. Oh, wait. If you double hit the like, it unlikes. Don't mean it that way. How's it going, Mark? Guys, me and Mark are working on something really, really cool. I had a bit of a busy week last week. I was hoping to kind of give you guys a teaser this week, or rather last week. But this week should have time. Those of you who are on the Mango Grove or in the Discord, you guys should be getting a treat very, very soon. You know what? I'm gonna create a. I'm gonna give you guys a Discord link that is active for only 10 people. I'm gonna create one right now. Wait, how do I do this? How do I do this? Mark, could you do it? Could you create a link that has only 10 thingies? You know what I mean? And share it with them. Music kind of loud compared to the voice volume. Okay, I'll fix that. Thank you for letting me know. How's that now? How's that? So our Discord, by the way, is no longer public, at least temporarily or for the foreseeable future. There's no plan. We don't plan things. Kirubin says, Hey Sean, hope you guys are well. We are well. I don't have Krisha with me today, and what I mean by don't have Krisha with me, I don't have Krisha at home at all. She's gone on a road trip with my mom, and I am missing her. It's probably why I didn't sleep well last night. It's like the first time in a very, very long time, that like years. Krisha and I do almost everything together. She's literally become my best friend. I never thought like when I was a kid, I didn't think I'd be that guy. But now I'm that guy. Like Krisha is literally my best friend. She enjoys all the same things I do. She plays the same video games I like. She sits and watches me play DVD too with excitement. She's not just doing it because she wants to support me or anything like that. She's like literally engrossed in the chases, etc., etc. We play PS together as well. It's awesome having a best friend as your wife. And she trades with me, so can't get better than that. Oh yeah, by the way guys, everyone please congratulate IJ. He's a brand new dad. We have a lot of brand new dads in the Mango community. Wolvie as well last year. So yeah, Jesus Christ, man, you guys are freaking fathers now. It's ridiculous. But congratulations, man, congratulations. Yeah, put the invite and link in there, Mark. You can put it in the comments as well, the comments, temporarily, and then you can remove it, just for people's conveniences. All right, we should actually get on over to the charts, the actual charts now, guys. I'm not on cam today. I mean, the cam is looking at me right now, but I just got out of the shower, and I don't think you guys wanna. I'm not decent. Well, I mean, I am clothed. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's too cold in here to not be clothed. But yeah, only 10 invites, so first come, first serve. Pretty sure those of you who are in here already do have access to Discord, so all right. So guys, do you guys want to start with the dashboard? I think we should probably start with the dashboard because it kind of gives us a good overview of everything that is happening. Jesus Christ. Let's go ahead and switch on over here. Yeah, this is Bitcoin right over here, pretty much going sideways for the past few months now. We'll get to that very, very soon. Before I start with the actual rundown of everything that is happening, give me a quick yes or no on whether the audio is fine. Should I reduce the music a bit more? I'm gonna do that just to be safe. We're gonna be starting soon, so give me a heads up on the audio. And I lost my window. Okay, audio is fine, says Julian. I spent a good hour trying to fix the audio issues we had last time before the stream. Speaking of being a dad, my mom is probably talking to Krisha like throughout the entire trip, on this road trip they are on together, trying to like, you know, brainwash her into things like, yeah, it's time you guys should have kids, you know. My mom and Krisha's mom, both of them, they both want to see babies with curly hair. They're like they try to get Krisha through this angle. They're like, think about how cute your babies are gonna be with the curly hair that Sean has. And my retort to that is usually, you guys are betting on the babies having curly hair. What if they don't? What if they don't? The plan falls apart. And then what, huh? Then what? Okay, anyways. Main thing is to not talk about the charts as long as possible. Yeah. Who cares about charts, man? It's useless. Okay. We will start now, though we should start. Okay, I'm looking at US 30-year yields over here, sitting at 2.75, and the US 10-year sitting at 2.71. All right, this is one of the things that we were alluding to all the way back last year, around September, October, where we talked about, firstly, yields rising and that not being a good environment for Bitcoin. I remember we had a very, very detailed conversation. It was AJ, I believe, who had pointed out to another YouTuber who talked about how while yields are rising, Bitcoin tends to go up. And again, I'm not trying to be I told you so over here. I'm not trying to sound like that, but it just is not true, right? It's not true that while yields are rising, risk assets going up was not the situation. It may have seemed that way on the charts with a quick glance at the charts where you can draw correlations, but the reality of the matter is that while yields are rising, risk assets are going to take a hit, at least for now, at least for those few years left of this current cycle. And we're seeing just that with Bitcoin, with S&P as well. Both those assets were halted in their tracks on their run up as soon as the bond market started seeing a sell-off. And remember, why do yields go up, guys? It's because the bond market is seeing a sell-off. Bonds go down, yields go up. It's kind of like a scissor movement, right? Think of a scissor in your head. While bonds go in one direction, yields are automatically going to go in the other direction, right? It's like the scissor opening up or converging together, right? Now, here's what's really interesting about this. The 10-year yields are converging on over to the 30-year yields. They're almost the same percent, okay? And when you look at yield curves across the globe, a lot of these yields are literally flipping, okay? They're flipping negative, where the 2-year is actually returning more than the 10-year, and the 3-month is returning more than the 10-year, etc., etc. What does that mean? Usually, that is an indication of a recession that is going to come, right? So the yield curve flipping is an indication of a recession coming. Now, if you guys do want me to dive into why that is and what my thoughts are on why that tends to happen, I'm happy to do so in this video, but we won't get into that yet. Just know that this is a bad sign usually for future outlook. Within like 6 to 12 months, you can say that the market is going to be pricing in a recession, right? So the yield curve flattening between the 10 and the 30 is bad. Now, moving on to Dixie. Dixie also going up. Dixie actually crossed 100 over the weekend, and I think over Friday as well, right? We'll go take a look at the charts for Dixie. Dixie going up again is not good for risk assets. Why? Because there's a lot of dollar-denominated debt globally, right? When you owe your debt in dollars, and now suddenly those dollars are going up in price, for you to pay back that debt is getting super. Wait a minute. Somebody's saying increase your audio. Should I increase my audio again? Okay, I'm just gonna keep going over here. Yeah, IJ might be a tad bit behind because he's responding to messages from a tad bit behind. Yeah, anyways, yeah, we were talking about Dixie strengthening. Dixie strengthening is not good for risk assets either, right? Dixie is essentially... Dixie is not just the dollar strengthening, guys. Dixie is a representation of the dollar against all other currencies. Now, the dollar may be weakening on a secular and a structural basis against the world, okay, against the world, not against currencies, okay? But Dixie is a representation of the dollar strengthening or weakening against currencies in particular. So while the dollar might be weakening against, for example, real estate, for example, Bitcoin, for any hard assets, the dollar, the Dixie is measuring not the strength of the dollar, but it's measuring the strength of the dollar against other currencies. And this is really important because it gives you an idea of how much pressure other countries and other institutions and other corporations who have dollar-denominated debt are going to be facing. So let's say I'm a big sovereign country that has a lot of debt denominated in dollars, right? Let's say I would have to sell trillions of my currency to let's say 1 trillion. Okay, let's take a round number. Let's say I have to sell 1 trillion of my currency to be able to pay back my debt. But now Dixie is going up, right? The dollar is going up against my currency. Now suddenly I will have to sell 1.5 trillion of my currency or 2 trillion of my currency or whatever. I'm just giving examples over here. But the point is, my debt, my real debt has increased because I'm not holding dollars. Okay, I don't have control over dollars. I am earning in my currency. So that's why Dixie going up puts strain on the entire economy, the global economy. And what do countries do to hedge against that? They sell their assets, right? They sell assets to hedge against that. So that's, again, bad for risk assets. Similarly, guys, Bitcoin dominance is very similar to Dixie. It is not a measure of the strength of Bitcoin. It is a measure of the strength of Bitcoin compared to the rest of the assets in the crypto space, right? How much does Bitcoin dominate the market? And this is not really a very, very representative index. However, it is very, very tradable, right? There is edge to be garnered from here. It doesn't make much sense. And until the market figures that out we have to keep trading it the way it is, right? Edge is edge, period. And fear and greed index is currently sitting at fear, which indicates a potential high low coming up, okay? So usually when the markets are fearful, you do tend to see higher lows. And it's not always the case. Of course, you want to combine that with your charts, and we will be doing that very, very soon. We will talk about a few situations over here. But the last time we saw greedy over here, right, was exactly when we came up against weekly resistance. Everyone was excited. We weren't over here at Mango, and what do you know? Bitcoin actually came down. So yeah, that's what's going on over here in the markets. Bitcoin is sitting at around around $41,000. US 30-year yields sitting at 2.75, flattening against US 10-year yields, not a good sign. Dixie sitting at the key resistance level as well, psychological resistance of 800. Again, dollar strength is not a good sign. Bitcoin dominance sitting at its range lows as well. We'll go ahead and pull up the charts very soon. And fear and greed sitting at fear. So there are a lot of counter trend signals over here, right? But the question is, should you be counter trending? What are the counter trend signals? Dixie sitting at a psychological level. Fear and greed sitting at fear. US 10-year yields pretty much flattening and sitting at a key level now. Can they go up further? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video for the most part. That's going to be the key thing to talk about. Do the yields come back down, or do they keep going back up? Very, very, very tough question, actually. Very tough question. But we can start with Bitcoin's price analysis right over here. I do want to quickly look at Bitcoin on the weekly. We're looking at the Mango dashboard over here, guys, app.mangoresearch.co, because it's so much more convenient for those of you who don't have access to the Mango ribbon just yet. And also, I'm not sure whether the weekly is available in the free version of TradingView, but it is available for free on app.mangoresearch.co. Just go to the Mango View section over here, and you have access to the weekly, the 2-day, the 4-day, etc. for free. Okay, TradingView does not give that to you for free. Okay, I'm just going to take a sip of my sparkling water. Give me a sec. Alrighty, we're looking at Bitcoin over here on the weekly, guys, and we've been putting in high lows and high highs on the weekly time frame. Right? Remember, we put in a weekly high over here. This was a weekly high, but were we actually looking for continuation immediately? Not on the weekly. In fact, not even on the monthly. Okay, the monthly and the weekly both came up against resistance. The weekly had some hope based on the EMA, but if you're looking at just the Ichimoku, which is what we were looking at, right, that was the foundation of our trade all the way from down over here when we were looking at both the Ichimoku as well as the cloud. Remember, we bounced off the bottom of the cloud over here, and we said that if we had cleared a certain MA, the 10 SMA on the weekly, which we did, we were looking for the TK cross to be tested. This bearish TK cross. Remember, guys, this is a bearish TK cross here. The blue crossing underneath the Kijun is bearish, right? Now, the cloud is still green. Price is above the cloud, right? So it's not a strong bearish cross. It's a weak bearish cross. That's how you can look at it. Now, what is the next play after that? Well, you come back down to the top of the cloud, which also confluence with the 10 SMA, and that's exactly where we are sitting, right? We came up over there, rejected the Tenkin Kijun, failed to close above it. That's what I was looking for the bullish sign, or rather bullish continuation. We didn't get it, so you have to trade what is given to you, and that's how you stay objective, guys. You do not buy up against this kind of resistance. We've been saying over and over again over here for a very, very long time. I've been talking about this scenario over here, where if we do see the bearish TK cross above the cloud, we go into a consolidation pattern, and you go risk off on Bitcoin. You trade the ranges. If you're looking for trades on Bitcoin, you do not trade any trend trades. So the range over here is very, very obvious. Top of the range sitting all the way at around $65,000. Bottom of the range sitting all the way down at around $36,000. So that's a good $30,000 range, right? $35,000 all the way to $65,000 is your range. Middle of the range is where? Well, it's literally your TK, right? Above the TK, you trade to the top of the range. Below the TK, you trade to the bottom of the range, right? That's your middle. Now, within those middles, you can draw, within that, you can draw again more middles, etc., etc. And over here, there's a very, very simple way of trading this, right? You sell at the TK, you buy at the 10 SMA or the top of the cloud. I prefer using the top of the cloud as my main guide. For example, let's say price comes all the way over here, right? You can see cloud is dynamically adjusting for you based on support and resistance. Over there, you want to use your cloud as your support level, not your 10 SMA, because what could happen? Let's say your 10 SMA is underneath the cloud over there. What could happen is you could wick off your 10 SMA and still close above the cloud. So be careful over there. Cloud is king. Cloud is king, period. Alrighty, so that's your Ichimoku on the weekly. Quickly, let's go on over to the actual trend trading section over here, or rather your trends on Bitcoin and the rest of your assets, of course. The daily on Bitcoin switched short 4.5 days ago, so almost 5 days ago, flipped to a short trend. If you did take that trade, 5% up, great for you. It also probably lined up with your TK cross test. We'll go ahead and cross check that on the charts very, very soon. Ethereum sitting at neutral. Ethereum's actually looking stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. Apparently they have their merge coming up soon. They've been saying that for years now. I don't really know. It did have a really, really good move on the BTC chart, but went up against resistance. People got bullish up against resistance. I wasn't really seeing it. I think ETH is going to give us a good trade soon. Similar with Solana, Avalanche. If you're accumulating for a bigger secular run on Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Luna, I'm not sure about Luna, to be honest. I'm not sure about Luna. Luna was a breakout trade, so it's not an accumulation trade at all. That does not fit into this. Luna does not fit into the segment, okay? When I'm talking about Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin too, to be honest, they all fit in the same category of accumulation trade for the secular run. If you're betting on a secular move for the rest of this year being bullish until that recessionary play that we talked about at the beginning of this stream, right? Remember, yield curve flipping, flattening of the yield curve, etc., etc. Not a good outlook for the end of the year or towards 2023, right? So expect this to be a turbulent, volatile time of the market, guys. Okay, you don't want to be getting too I wish I could explain it, but I've done a good job explaining it in the previous streams. I'll try again in this video, but yeah, I'm a bit tired today. Okay, any questions before I carry forward, guys? Any questions? I know this is a lot to take in. There's a lot going on in the market, so this is one of the most interesting times ever in the market. So ooh, we got a few new entrances to the Grove, and someone already found our NFT conversation from earlier this weekend. Welcome to the Grove, Peanut. Can we predict the next 10 hours for Bitcoin? Well, we can, but that's not what we do over here. We focus on the bigger trades, but you guys can you guys see my Bitcoin chart? No, I have the wrong window up on my end. We can start with Bitcoin actually. Okay, so this is what we were looking at on the Mango dashboard. I have it over here on the actual charts as well. Stan posted something in the C chat that was really, really interesting in terms of Luna moon signals. If they work, right? We had a conversation on how edge is edge in seed as well, and why these things do tend to work. And this rising uptrend over here, guys, on Bitcoin that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream could very well lead to a much bigger bearish move. Okay, because what exactly is a rising uptrend? It is a rising channel, and a rising channel breaking down is a bear flag, and that's where you get the term bear flag, right? Because the trend ends, the rising trend ends. You have an uptrend, right? And then boom, that uptrend breaks by taking out its lows, right? That's a bear flag, right? That's a bear flag. But then it gets its term of an actual bear flag when it has a pole as well, right? So hey, this looks actually like a flag now, right? An upside down flag. But the real term, in my opinion, comes from the idea that hey, the trend has ended. So if we do break this rising channel over here, we do have a initial measured move. There's two ways to do this. I'm taking the more conservative measured move of essentially you want to take the length of the channel, and there are multiple ways to do it. There's no right way. I do it the way that seems to have worked out the best for me over my experience trading. Krisha does it a tad bit more different, but hey, this does measure up right over here with these goddamn dogs. Did you guys hear these dogs barking? Anyways, I hate these dogs. But anyways, does line up at the bottom of the range over here that we talked about at the beginning of the stream, 31,600. So I did say 35,000, but it seems to be the bottom of the range seems to be 31,600, right? And yeah, 35,000 is the bottom of the current consolidation right over there. So if we do break this range though, we do break this channel, that's where this is pointing towards. We do have a far more bearish target of the actual pole if you take this, okay? And this is a ugly picture, probably pointing down to 19,000. Hey, depends on where it breaks down from, right? Which is going to be likely somewhere around here. So yeah, still around 20,000 to 19,000. So yeah, if we do take out these lows over here at around 28,000, again, I'm gonna go back to be looking for those targets over there. That's provided we take out those levels. That being said, when does all of this actually get activated? It only gets activated on the monthly time frame, guys. In my opinion, we've been trading in a range in the monthly, and we've been talking about this range since freaking December. Since December. I wish you guys could see my face right now. I have such a like, god damn it, I've been saying this for so long, it's been playing out kind of look on my face. Ever since we closed underneath the 10 SMA over here, we were looking for the 10 kin and the 21 EMA to get tested, and that's precisely what we did. We've been consolidating between this juncture over here, right? This juncture. Now losing this range over here, right? Losing this juncture over here activates, well, the same thing on the monthly. You have a very, very beautiful, clean looking bear flag on the monthly, right? You can draw it out over here. Boom. Right, there's your bear flag. Alrighty, so I just took a sip of my drink. I'm having a nice spiced gin today. What are you guys having? What are you guys having? So yeah, this is all provided again, guys. I do want to emphasize that this is all provided we actually break down from this channel. I don't want you guys to get too bearish just yet. This is not the time to be getting bearish. You guys, what we are talking about over here are the triggers for the bear move. Just sparkling water. Isn't it too early over there to not be drinking? Yeah, I did mute myself because these dogs are like going nuts over here. I hope you're fine though, Pops. Hope you're fine. Alrighty, so we can talk about Bitcoin on the daily time frame now. Core in the C chat pointed out something interesting. We are testing the Kijun right over here. You guys can see, right, how these plays play out so often, where we penetrate into the cloud, eventually test the 200 moving average, then get rejected. The first test of the 200 moving average after the penetration of the cloud is usually a rejection. If you do close above the 200 moving average, it also does line up with us taking out the top of the cloud usually, and then you do see continuation, but very temporarily, like it'll be a spike and then back down to test this region over here, possibly the Kumo twist, but it's more like this, right? Yeah, look out for those plays. But yeah, this is all consolidation over here, guys, until we actually make a actual decision. Bitcoin needs to be making a decision. We either break towards the upside over here or we break towards the downside. The upside move, by the way, guys, I don't think has a measured move. Maybe the measured move actually points to the top of the range, but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that regardless of the measured move, we are likely going to make it to the top of the range. And yeah, 60,000 over here, as good as the top of the range, which likely is the top of the range on the weekly or the monthly. Let's go check. What's the monthly candle close? Yeah, it is the top of the range on the monthly. There you go. Right, there you go. So yeah, I think we make it to the top of the range if we do break this channel towards the upside. So when will I look for confirmation of this channel being broken towards the upside? If we start seeing weekly candle closes above the Kijun, so that's 49,000 at the moment. Okay, weekly candle closes above the Kijun, we start making our way towards the top of the range. I wanna talk about SPY over here, which had a very interesting weekly close, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Like, if you guys had to just look at this, right? I want you guys to really sit down and ask yourselves, what are your thoughts on this current structure over here? This current bounce off the lows, closing above the weekly 21 EMA and the Tenkin, retesting it last week and closing above it. Now, if this was given up immediately, especially after the prior weekly candle, that would have fit the current sentiment that people are having a lot more. But this does not look like a bad picture just yet. Now let's see how SPY actually opens this Monday morning. If we do gap down and open underneath the 21 EMA Tenkin, then the 21 EMA Tenkin is likely going to be resistance, likely going to fill the gap over here and then come back down, right? Okay, I'll agree with the sentiment then. But at the moment, if we start seeing this, okay, especially if we take out this high over here, I think Bitcoin is eventually going to be testing 60,000. Yeah, Stan, I tend to agree too. It really depends on how this week goes. If it goes below 30K, we'll be entering a bear period. I think at this point, Diego, I think it's going to be a capitulation moment on the under 30K. I don't think we're going to be trending underneath 30,000. It's going to be a capitulation move. I could be wrong on that, to be honest. But I think we're going to see a big volatile move, an impulsive move, and after that it's accumulation opportunity. So if we go into a bear move, or like a bear trend underneath 30,000, that's actually pretty bad, because then we could capitulate underneath 20k. Have you guys been noticing how well Bitcoin has been holding up under these current market conditions? Like, I need to remove my horizontals. Jesus. Bitcoin has held up exceptionally well throughout this entire period, while the rest of the market was actually putting in new lows. Like, you can use like ARK, for example, right? How's ARK doing, by the way? Like, look at this. Like, this is actually in a hardcore weekly downtrend, right? And people have been using this as a proxy for Bitcoin, in terms of innovation, etc., etc. This is the ARK Innovation Fund, after all, so I don't blame people. But like, you look at what these kind of tech stocks have been doing, and then you look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has held up really, really well. Really well. So it's just been catching a bid somehow. The big question is, are people actually trying to flee the stock market slowly and surely, the bond market as well, slowly and surely? Because that's how it tends to happen, right? It's not one big allocation immediately. I'm sure that's how you guys entered the crypto space as well. You didn't just go all in or go heavy right off the bat. You first dipped your toes in, and then you increased your allocation. Because once you have stake in the game, guys, that's when you really want to learn. That's when you really look into things a little bit more deeply. That's when you're incentivized to go ahead and find the tools that you need. I speak from experience over this weekend. I've been keeping an eye on NFTs recently for the past few weeks. I made a few like paper trades in my mind, etc., etc. But I never really put any stake on the line, right? I didn't have any skin in the game. And then over the past like few days, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be impulsive and drop money, a few thousand on just some random NFTs, just so I can learn what this is all about. Until you have skin in the game, you're not really gonna learn anything. And then you can decide for yourself as to whether you really think there's a future for it, etc., etc. And if you guys believe in Bitcoin, you guys believe that people who really look into it and not dismiss it right off the bat are going to actually realize that, holy shit, this is the holy grail to some level. So if they invest 1%, that 1% is going to turn to 5%, that 5% is going to turn to 20%, etc. And that you're seeing that happen, right? With people like Paul Tudor Jones, Michael Saylor, this keeps going and going and going. It's going to keep happening. Scott M says, Sean, you're chucking out some good info today. Hey, I'm glad, man. I'm not organized at all today, so I'm just speaking my mind. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I think you guys should just use. Oh, so Julian says, out of curiosity, I just also check SPY with traditional Ichimoku settings rather than crypto settings, showing as a little bit more bearish that way. I just like to, I don't fiddle with my settings. Personally, I think that the settings we use is the safer way to be looking at all assets. Because think back to the Ichimoku module in Seed, right? We discuss how the Ichimoku works. We talk about the calculation, etc., etc. We go deep into it, and if you put all of that into context, you'll realize that what we are doing is a lot more safer in terms of actually getting signals. But I'm not saying that traditional settings are wrong. I'm not saying that. according to Glassnode, we are at record levels in wallet accumulation, so this should mean it's a matter of time for the next up move. I could flip a bearish tilt on that, Diego. And again, I'm not trying to put down on-chain analysis. I just think that you can spin a narrative around all of those metrics to fit your agenda. If we say, wait a minute, accumulation is reached its peak and there's no more accumulation to come, where's the buyer? Where's the next buyer? Who's the next buyer? Because traders, like actual traders, don't buy in bearish zones. They don't push the price up, right? Traders buy when price is going up already. Traders aren't the ones accumulating, and retailers are also not buying during bearish zones. They tend to chase price. So I don't think that is a bullish sign. I don't. And again, the on-chain guys, I'm not trying to put any of them down. I think you need to look at price first, look at what price is doing, and then look at on-chain secondarily. I'm purposely not. Don't spam your altcoins here, man, because I'm literally purposely not going to look at it, and the people who do want to look at that coin are going to suffer because of you. At Mango, what we do over here is we look at altcoins towards the end of the stream, so please respect that and respect the conversation that is currently going on, and try to be part of the conversation that is currently going on as opposed to interjecting and trying to direct the conversation towards what you want. It's very, very disrespectful to everyone else over here, and it's also selfish, man. It's also selfish. Elena says, explain capitulation move. So capitulation was here. Elena, I posted a really good screenshot. I posted a couple of screenshots of Krisha's log, her trading journal, right? I found her trading journal today, one of her old trading journals from back over here during 2018, 2017, and I posted her notes that she had on a small little cute notebook, as small as her. She's God, I'm missing her. But what was I saying? Yeah. She had some notes from this period over here just before the capitulation, and it was crazy because you can see her targets. Her targets were 3,000 Bitcoin. We were looking at, she wrote it down around here, right? When Bitcoin was sitting at around 6,500-ish, right? You even have the dates on there. But yeah, she was looking for a move to 3,300 to 2,800 Bitcoin and $80 to $90 Ethereum. And this entire period over here was a life-changing period for us, right? For our trades, right? This entire period, like it really, because we caught the big capitulation. This was a capitulation, Elena, right? Basically where the market just gives up. It just gives up and everyone sells. Everyone just sells out of fear, and they capitulate on that hope that they have that the market is going to break towards the upside. Everyone during this period over here, they were talking about this being a falling channel that's going to break towards the upside. But it didn't. It finally broke the $6,000 floor level, and it capitulated towards the downside. And then we came down over here, and over here, when everyone should have been bullish because we're sitting on the weekly 200 moving average, people were bearish and they were looking for further downside. So what changed our lives was the fact that we got, I want to say, extremely lucky that we got two massive big trades back to back, down and then up, right? So catching both directions like that usually is not, you can't rely on that. So there's some luck in this market, and I think I got lucky. No, she didn't know that. She was looking at, you should check the notes. She was looking at her measured move, etc., etc. We didn't know it was going to bounce off here, by the way. We didn't go long over here. In fact, we were still short over here, and this was so stressful. When this bounce happened, we were like, we should have really taken our profits, right? We were really stressful, and everyone was still super bearish. But I remember thinking, damn, we gotta really have a clear head over here, okay? But clearly we had like resistance over here, so we didn't panic out of our short trades. And I had a big position. I personally had a big position, so I was under some kind of, this all happened while I was on vacation too. I was in Australia here, sitting in a short position, and I remember Krisha's cousin was a trader as well, and we were at a event, and this happened during the event, and all three of us were like, holy shit. He was, I think he was short Ethereum at the time. But yeah, anyways, good times. And then Krisha keeps saying that we should post screenshots of our buy for Bitcoin, right, where we close our short position on Derivate. But I think it'd be a bit pretentious. But we actually caught the bottom just before the final. This candle over here, right, guys? Again, luck. But when we finally got the chance, we were like, all right, that's it. We don't wanna risk this 200 weekly 200 moving average. There were other signals too, but we closed our short over here. That was the big one. There were other things too, a lot of other things. But again, falling channel onto the weekly 200 moving average, right? Closed the short, rallied, and we started going long somewhere around this period over here. That's when I started the Mango channel on YouTube, by the way. And yeah, good times. That was the story. Again, guys, I'm not trying to say I'm like we're some geniuses over here, but executing on your rules, and you can see those rules being put down on Krisha's notes as well. That's all it takes. Couple of massive trades going away, and then those massive trades accumulate with other massive trades. I've made mistakes too, right? Like I missed this capitulation. This was a capitulation too, Elena, over here. And I got the trade right. Again, let's talk about my mistake over here. I got everything right here except one thing, right? So remember, there are three parts to a trade. There's the execution, there's the timing, and then there's the direction, right? I got the timing, I nailed the timing, I nailed the direction, and I messed up on my execution. I tried to get cute over here, right? And just before the move actually happened, I remember that week, there's a video, right? There's a video. Right? I woke up that morning and I did a video, said, guys, I'm finally going to be going short Bitcoin. Okay, because everyone was bearish way ahead of time, in my opinion. And then the week opened up underneath the Tenkin, and that was my trigger. That was my rules for going short. And I went short, and you know what I tried to do after that? I tried to get cute, and I tried to trade a smaller move within the short, where I basically went and hedged my short essentially by going long for a smaller, shorter time frame move. Remember, I was playing short based on this move, based off this Tenkin move over here on the weekly. But on the daily or the 12-hour time frame, I don't remember what, I decided to go long based on that, because I thought, hey, you know what? I will capitalize on the short-term move where it will bounce temporarily and then unhedge and then go short again. But that's not what happened. That's not how it played out. The price just went right through. So I ended up being neutral on my trade when I could have caught another good win. And that was really painful, because I tried to get cute and I missed a really nice trade. So yeah, I talked to you guys about how I made some good moves, but that was a really stupid move I made over here. My hypothesis was very simple. Like the entire time, Elena, we had the weekly Tenkin that we were being supported on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the cloud, right? And as long as we were above the weekly Tenkin, I wasn't gonna go short, period. That's what I was telling everyone. Then the Tenkin opened above price, so I went short. And what's the story over here? Why was it so simple to go short here? Look at that. It's so much. There was no reason to ever go bullish over here. What's going on here now? What's the difference between this picture and this picture and this picture? Yeah, and the cloud is green compared to the 2019-2020 zone. Cloud is thick. We have cloud support. Cloud support is important because over here, look how thin the cloud was. There was no equilibrium. Look at the spacing between price and cloud. That's scary. Like, price could have come all the way down here, guys. Like, we could have done this. Imagine that. Top of the cloud, indeed. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Show Mango some love. Hey Samson, how's it going, my man? It's been a while. Marin, how's it going? Peter, ooh, the egg Brink says, nice, it was 3 years ago, so go on. I'm not sure whether you're being sarcastic, but if you think that experiences from 3 years ago is not relevant, yeah, you're not. I don't know what to say to you, man. Oh yeah, let's look at silver, man. What's the ticker for silver? XAG? XAG? So what does that tell you, Stan? What does it tell you when the market is buying gold while yields are going up? What does it tell you, Julian? What does it tell you, Shervin? So why not buy bonds? I'm replying to Stan's comment where he says, or Stan's reply where he says, people are scared and looking for a safe haven. If they're looking for safe haven, why not buy bonds? Why not why not just buy dollars? And we can see that some people are buying dollars, but why gold? My question, Julian, was what does it tell us that yields are going up and gold seems to be catching a bit as well? And by the way, based on what I've drawn over here, what I've shown you guys over here very subtly, is that as soon as yields broke out, you guys can see that gold was stopped in its tracks, right? Over the past few weeks. Trust in bonds is low due to sanctions. That's a good answer. But trust by sovereigns. So sovereigns are buying gold. Yeah, I guess sovereigns are saying, you know what, we're not buying bonds. We're going to sell our bonds and buy gold instead. Right? That could be one narrative. I personally think the market is demanding more premium. The market is demanding more yield from the bonds, right? They want more interest. They want to be paid for the risk. And what's the risk? Inflation. Someone mentioned at the beginning of the stream that people are pricing in CPI data that is likely going to be higher than even the prior month. I think it's coming out tomorrow. I'm not entirely certain. Could you guys confirm that for me? But yeah, maybe the market is saying, hey, you know what? Yields are currently sitting at around 2.7%, but that's nowhere near enough. Yeah, it's gone up. It's gone up. But if I keep holding bonds, I'm going to keep losing money compared to inflation. So they are looking at bonds as a loser. That's what makes this an entire environment very, very, very interesting, right? You sell your Bitcoin, you sell your stocks. Where do you go? Where the hell do you go? Are you going to buy the dollar? Are you going to buy bonds? You can't buy bonds. You're going to lose money in bonds. Bonds are in a downtrend. Yields going up means bonds are in a downtrend. You're going to buy the dollar, really? Right? Where do you go, man? Where do you go? Attaboy. I just don't know where. Like right now, you sell anything and you cash in profits. Those profits have become a problem because now the governments can tax you on it. So boom, that's like a good, I don't know, depending on your country, 20%, 25%, 30%, 40% gone. And good luck now beating Bitcoin after you've given 40% of your profits to the government, right? Over the long term, because now you gotta make sure Bitcoin dumps enough for you to make those 40% profits worth it. Right? That's how I'm thinking about it. And this is a simplified version of my thought process, of course, but if I had to put that forward to you guys, how would you respond? How many of you fully understand how bonds versus yields work? Could you guys give me a quick yes/no on the chat? If there's enough of you who say yes, I won't bother going into a quick explanation. If you guys say no, enough of you say no, I'm gonna quickly try to explain it. In the meantime, I'm gonna enjoy my drink. Yeah, pretty much then. Alright, so Marin says yes. Elena says, Sean, do you have videos on macro indicators? I don't understand all of this. No, I have no videos on macro. I could make like a mini series or something, but I don't know. I have to sit down and actually do it. Hey Philippe, how's it going, my man? Samson says no. Digo says no. Marin says yes. Peter says no. Philippe says, where do you go? Good question. Today I was called by a real estate investor looking for people to invest in land. The fact that real estate investors are actually going out and calling people actually makes me really bearish on real estate over the next like freaking decade now. I'm like reconsidering all my ideas, at least for long-term play on real estate. How does he know that? How does he know that? 17%. Philippe says lower than inflation, so I stay in Bitcoin. But I call BS on 17%. How does he know that? Why is he calling you if it's such a lucrative opportunity? Why aren't people going to him? Okay, I'm gonna quickly Alright, so I'm gonna put up a window here to quickly explain yields for you guys. Bond versus yields. Holy shit, I hope they have a dark mode. They don't have a dark mode. This screen is really bright. Okay then. Canada, New England. Look at this. Oh god. I'm good, man, Philippe. I'm really good. Okay, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown on yields while they advertise a cruise to me. They should know that I have motion sickness, man. Jesus. Google, you should know. I Google motion sickness enough for Google to know that I have motion sickness. Okay, so guys, yields. Let's do a quick crude explanation. Let's say that I come up to you. Okay, I come up to you, Peter. I come up to you, Peter. I come up to you, Diego, and I say, you know what, guys, I need to borrow some money. and I'm going to pay you guys some interest on that. And you guys say, how much interest? And how much you need, how much you want? And I tell you, Peter, that I want $100, and I tell you, Diego, that I want $100, and I say I'm willing to give you guys 6% interest. That's more than two times the amount that you're going to get on your US 10-year yield, right? US 10-year is currently going for 2.7%. I'm giving you guys 6%. Okay, so the coupon rate, that's what's called the coupon rate. That's the interest rate. Coupon rate is the interest rate, interest on the coupon. Okay, what's the par value? Par value is essentially the first value, the first borrow that I take from you guys, right? So basically, I borrow $100 from you, Peter. I borrow $100 from you, Daigo, and I give you guys a coupon. Okay, a coupon saying that, hey, I owe you guys $100. Okay, that's the par value. Okay, it's also called the face value of the bond, right? I have what I've essentially given you guys is a bond, or another way to look at it is that you guys have bought a bond from me, and now in agreement I have to give you guys a 6% interest rate, also known as a coupon rate, and when the maturity comes, right, which is, I'm going to say 1 year, and 1 year the coupon's going to mature. Essentially, I owe you guys the money at the end of the year, right? I have to give you guys the $100 back, the $100 back, as well as the 6% interest, right? So that's $6, right? But to each one of you, because both of you have a bond coupon from me, right? Both of you guys have a bond from me at 6% interest rate, and that's the initial transaction that we both make. Okay, and you guys are trusting me because you guys know me, etc., etc. But now, after a few months, 3 months, 4 months, or whatever, you guys notice that, wait a minute, Sean has lost his job, he's drinking, he's smoking, okay, his wife divorced him. It's very, very unlikely that he's going to be able to pay me back my $100. So what you go and do is you go on over to the open market and you find a greater fool, right, in Julian, right? So Daigo goes up to Julian and says, hey, I'm willing to sell this bond to you, where Sean owes me $100, and he's giving you 6% interest rate on that. And Julian says, what's the catch? Or rather, what am I getting from this? And you tell him that instead of selling it to you at $100, I'm going to sell it to you for $95. Okay? So Daigo goes up to Julian, and Peter goes up to Shervin, right? And same story, right? Peter sells it to Shervin for $95. So now the current market price is $95, but the par value is $100, right? So Shervin and Julian are thinking, damn, we bought this for $95, but Sean is going to give us $100 at the end of the year, right? So they're going to make a profit of $5 right off the bat, plus they're going to get the 6% interest rate, right? So they're going to get $5 plus 6%. So that's 5 plus 6, that's 11, correct? So on top of their 100 that I have to give them back, they're going to get 11. They're going to get a total profit of 11 because they paid only $95. So they are getting 106%, sorry, $106, right, in total. They're getting $106 in total, but they paid only $95. So what's their return? It's 11%, right? Or a little bit more than 11%, but because the base is 95, because their base par value is 95. So we can now actually calculate the yield that Shervin and Julian are going to get, and that's going to be around 11.579%, right? That's because you sold the coupon, you sold the bond to them at a lower price. If you had sold it to them at only 100 at the same price, you'll see that the interest is the same. It's 6%. Right? So this is how bonds work, right? When the market sells US treasuries, right, they'll sell the treasuries are going to go down from 100 to a 90, etc., and the yields are going to go up. And you guys can see how fast the yields go up. And by the way, let's do 30. Here you guys are getting an example of seeing why the curve matters, right? When you put 30 years, the yield to maturity isn't that much. So yeah, that's just a quick crash course while I enjoy my drink as well. Wasn't the best, but I hope you guys enjoyed it or took something from it. So yeah, so what we're looking at over here, guys, is actually Bitcoin against the treasuries, right? And we can see that according to this chart, Bitcoin actually closed above the 10 SMA and is currently finding support on the 10 SMA. Bitcoin actually coming down over here. Probably meets the 10K and then 21. What do you guys think? Elena says, thanks for always being willing to teach. Hey, I'm going to try my best for as long as we do this. It's my passion, man. I love to teach. More than anything, I love to teach. I just hope that I can give you guys a good explanation so that you guys understand the fundamentals and the concepts as opposed to just understanding the superficial stuff that they teach us at schools. I'm going to be wrapping up soon, guys. We're 1 hour, 20 minutes into the stream. Chauvin says, lucky you're good at your passion. Oh, thank you for the kind words, man. Stan says, Sean, could you explain what you said in the intro about accumulation zones for Sol, Luna, and Avax? Oh, okay, so Luna is not in an accumulation zone. Luna is making new highs, right? Well, it's now, okay, Luna broke back down this week now, and it's moving down fast. So as soon as it comes down here, in this juncture, that's accumulation for me, right? Between the 10K and 21 EMA and the Kijun. That's where it becomes an accumulation play, where you're looking for possibly some sort of structure forming here again, kind of like this, right? Where you put in a ascending triangle, broke towards the upside, tested the 10K and broke up and put in a new high. Now the question over here is, this juncture is going to be really important because you already played the Tenkin Kijun juncture. Now the juncture is going to be the Tenkin 21 EMA, in my opinion, where you're looking for this kind of structure. This is the bullish play, and that's going to turn into a cup and handle, right? So deep down. By the way, I've been noticing this play a lot in crypto, where you have like a trend going up, and then you have like this cup form that everybody's trying to trade, and I've been caught out on this too, right? And then you break up. Everybody's expecting a continuation, but all that happens is you break back down and you come back to around 60% of the range, right? Something like that. And it just ends up being very painful because everyone's caught out here and the other sellers within the range. And yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, this is not an accumulation play because you'd be accumulating at the highs when there's I mean, now it's already pulled back severely, right? Like, what's it pulled back today? What am I doing? Like, yeah, you're on the almost at the Kijun 2 now. 6% today? Yeah, 6% today. I mean, this could be a buy for a bounce though. Now, on the flip side, if you look at Avax, especially against Bitcoin, Avax is in accumulation, right? We've literally been accumulating now. This has been accumulating for freaking months, 3 months now, Jan all the way to March, April, along the 21 EMA. So if you're playing the weekly, and remember, these are all coins you're talking about over here. You're not playing for like 10-15% gains, right? This has been within a 9 to 11% range, right? So that's an entire accumulation zone in my eyes. Because when you're buying Avax, when you're buying Solana, etc., there's no reason to be looking for a few percent gains, unless your position size is huge and you're willing to take profits. You're not accumulating in that case, though. You're looking to trade it and take profits in the near term. But if you're looking for the longer term, right, on all coins, you're looking for like X's, you're looking for like 2x, etc. So 15% is a range that you're accumulating within. And this is the range over here for me, in my opinion, for Avax. But, by the way, guys, accumulation zones that break down turn into a capitulation, right? Right, Elena, this sits in line with your question. Because let's say I'm treating Avalanche in a range, right? And I'm accumulating at every juncture. Maybe I'm even buying at the high, I'm buying here, I'm buying here, I'm buying here, I'm buying here. Right, I'm expecting this range to hold and break towards the upside because I'm bullish on this, right? Again, I'm giving you guys a hypothetical scenario. You can use this scenario even for the $6,000 Bitcoin region. People accumulating because Bitcoin was sitting at 20,000 over here, right? All the way here, Bitcoin went up to 20,000, came down here, and was going through its 6K range. Everyone expecting it to break up, but then it breaks down. So everyone who's wrong capitulates. They have to sell. And then there are people who end up selling at the lows or in the middle because they are scared, right? But that's the capitulation event. People getting out of their positions quickly because they're wrong. Zynax says, you too caught out. I think he means to say you two caught the fake out. I thought it was just me. Every time nowadays I try to trade a cup and handle, it just goes in the opposite. Yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. So I look at those as buy opportunities now in the other direction. Alright guys, I'm wrapping up. Any final questions? We looked at Sol, we didn't look at Ethereum yet. Ethereum sitting up at 10K resistance. 21 EMA 10 SMA is going to be a buy opportunity. But again, it doesn't need to hold 21 EMA 10 SMA. This is accumulation. This is what I'm talking about, accumulation. It could very well come down and test 6643-ish, right? But again, if you're looking to play, if you think that this year is going to end in a bull rally, then you're looking to accumulate this. If you think that, if you think that this year is going to lead into a bull rally with a final capitulation towards the end of the year, then this is an accumulation opportunity. If you think that we're going to capitulate soon, then this is a sell opportunity, right? You sell here, right? You sell here on the Tenkin, you look for the breakdown. But you don't buy here either. You wait for this to come down a bit more. Actually, maybe on the daily it looks better. Yeah, the daily 21 EMA. I mean, yeah, and that got picked up, man. That got picked up there. I think we're gonna see a run. I think this summer is gonna be bullish. Sentiment is just the other way, unless this channel breaks towards the downside, in which case I'm gonna be wrong and I'll trade the other way, right? Alina, why are you looking at EDC, man? You've been looking at EDC, I think, ever since I met you. What's the fascination with EDC? It's sitting on 10k 21 EMA support, 10 SMA right over there. 10 SMA resistance could come down to test the monthly. 33-ish dollars, I guess. I don't know though. It's not. No, it's not. It's not really trading against the 21 EMA at all. Let's look at the dynamic. There's not enough price history on this. Maybe Polonex. Monthly. Oh, we're looking at the monthly. I just don't like the shot. That's why I don't trade ETC. It's yucky. Like, it's not following anything. It does its own thing. It pumps when it wants to, dumps when it That's support there at 32-ish. Yeah, that's all I have for you. Oh, many miners are moving towards ETC because Ethereum 2.0 is paying less in fees. But what about is ETC the only option though? Oh, so this SPY actually gapped down. Yeah, SPY actually gapped down. Jesus, it actually happened. Yeah. This is what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. That's going to be interesting. Let's see how this daily closes. But yeah, SPY gap down, guys. This is coming. Looks like it wants to come down now unless it recovers from here. This is literally the scenario we talked about at the beginning of the stream. This was the bearish situation that would invalidate that idea of this being bullish. And it happened. It happened. Alrighty, so with that, I think I'll do a live stream tomorrow too, but I'm not entirely sure. If you guys do want a live stream, let me know by hitting the like and leaving a comment underneath the video. If we do get enough requests for a live stream, I'll do one tomorrow because hey, why the hell not? Krisha's not here to stop me. But that's only if you guys request it. If you guys don't care and you guys just want a video on Wednesday instead, I'll update you guys on Wednesday and I'll take the day off tomorrow. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Sean Dexter. Do it the mango way, do it the easy way, do it the stress-free way. Ciao. Hey man, that's sweet of you to say, Diego. I'll see you guys soon. See you, Philippe. Cheers, Chauvin, Mark, Julian, Alina, all of you.